An old standby with regard to shelters in many circumstances, working with large groups, is this type of structure, which is like two teepees with a ridgepole between them. So you've got tripods or a teepee type structure, and then whatever length of pole that you can use for a ridgepole, and you calculate how many people have to accommodate on the floor. In my experience in working with university programs, we often built this shelter more than any other, because if you had 30 people, you could get into a situation where you're staying a few nights. Didn't take long to build this fairly comfortable type of shelter. In those days we didn't have mylar, and we had a lot of polyethylene. It was common for us to make one side a little steeper sometimes, to build a big fire just outside it. Made such a big difference of that fire going through the polyethylene and warming the interior. However, you need to make two tripods, and essentially that's half a teepee, and then the distance between the ridgepole, and then you figure out, depending on your circumstance, maybe a pole every elbow to fingertip on the roof and so on, and you've got a pretty predictable structure. Sometimes our poles would be always cut short so that the polyethylene can go over and give us the rainproofness. And you can imagine that if the width of the roof was the common width of 20 feet that you can find with heavy-duty polyethylene, it was very easy to make the covers and so on. We have an ebook that is more or less a compilation of the sort of stuff that I was having to master very early in my career, working for the university and so on. So it's a basic safe and travel and boreal survival handbook. In there we devote a few pages of information with regard to this type of structure. Very effective. You can stand up in the middle, large floor space, and accommodates a large number of people wanting to lay down, but it still allows you to stand up at the front of the bed. This particular structure has been standing for quite some time, so as a result it's got features you don't normally see in the shelters that you put up. You've got poles up in the ceiling level to hang stuff and store stuff. We have a more than adequate size of stove that when you fill it up, you don't have to fill it very often. Generally, you want to get up almost chair seat high off the floor. And if you're using a structure, this one has been standing for almost 15 years, then you find it's very convenient to install regular doors to quickly open and close, enter and exit in a winter camping situation. The materials used in the cover have endured almost 15 years of sunshine, so as a result there is a significant amount of decomposition of the plastics that are used in the tarps.